Thank you for your interest in UCLA for graduate study and education. We'll be walking you through our MA and PhD programs offered in education, as well as providing you with an overview of how to apply. The Department of Education is housed in the Graduate School of Education and Information Studies. Within the Department of Education, we offer PhD, EDD, which is a Professional Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership, Master of Arts, and Master of Education, as well as a credential program in teaching or administration. For fall 2016, we had 714 total students enrolled in education, with 398 doctoral students and 316 master's degree students. For fall 2016, 321 individuals applied for a PhD, and we admitted 76. We had 155 individuals apply for Master of Arts, and we admitted just over one-third of them. You will note the average statistics for fall 2016 entering students. These are for students who applied, were admitted, and registered for fall 2016. The average GPA, which is based on junior and senior years, was 3.58 for doctoral students and 3.51 for master's degree students. The minimum requirement is 3.0 junior-senior GPA. For GRE scores, which are required, we recommend mid-150s, as you will see the average for entering students met this range for both verbal and quantitative for both doctoral and master's degree students. For the analytical score, we recommend 4.5. We offer 4 different Master of Arts programs and 5 different PhD programs. We offer an MA and PhD in Higher Education and Organizational Change, Human Development and Psychology, Social Research Methodology, and Social Science and Comparative Education. We also have a PhD in Urban Schooling. We do offer a joint degree in Special Education as well, but for this you must apply first to Cal State Los Angeles and then you continue here starting in the second year. We also have 3 professional Master of Education programs, Student Affairs, Teacher Education, and Principal Leadership, as well as a professional Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership. This session will only focus on the MA and PhD programs. The average time to degree for a PhD is 5 years and a quarter. Some students can and do finish in 4 years, whereas some take a while longer. The university allows 7 years to complete a PhD. Our MA programs are generally 1 year or 3 terms. Most students take the comprehensive exam in the spring term, but you also have the option to write a thesis, which may take a second year. The standard course load is 3 courses per term, and each of our MA and PhD programs are full-time, meaning classes are offered during the day. It is difficult to hold an outside position unless you have a lot of flexibility with your schedule. Higher Education and Organizational Change offers the MA and the PhD. Some of the various topics studied by faculty and students include diversity in higher education, outcomes of post-secondary education, leadership development, faculty performance, STEM education, access and equity, and policies related to higher education. The world-renowned Higher Education Research Institute is affiliated with HEOC, and many students have research positions within the Research Center. Current data collected by HARRY includes diverse college environments and their effect on diverse college student populations, service learning in higher education, and spirituality. In 2017, 79 students applied for the PhD, 21 were admitted, and 13 enrolled. For the MA, 43 applied, 23 were admitted, and 14 enrolled. Faculty within higher education organizational change include Walter Allen, Mitchell Chang, Kevin Egan, Jessica Harris, Sylvia Hurtado, Ozan Jaquette, Patricia McDonough, Rob Rhodes, Cecilia Rios Aguilar, and Linda Sachs. They study topics as diverse as diversity in higher education, STEM, student development, and critical race theory, higher education policy, access and equity, comparative education between China and the U.S., and community college. We refer you to the website of this particular program for the specific faculty and their research interests. Human Development and Psychology also offers the MA and the PhD. Some of the various topics studied by faculty and students include cognitive and human development, study of learning and developmental skills of children, autism, language acquisition, bullying, and cognition. This program is focused on improving the policies and practices that affect the welfare of children. Students in HDP are trained to conduct research that has implications for policy and practice, as well as theoretical significance. HDP has various concentrations among the 3 stages of development of early middle childhood, adolescence, and emerging adulthood. They include cognitive development, disability special education, motivation, risk and resilience in children, and social development. HDP is not a clinical program. Research in HDP focuses on children's cognitive and social development in real contexts such as the home, school, daycare programs, and the playground. For fall 2017, 59 individuals applied for the PhD, 13 were admitted, and 8 enrolled. For the MA, 36 applied, 16 were admitted, and 8 enrolled. This program is also the home for those in the Joint Doctoral Program in Special Education with Cal State LA. If you wish to pursue a PhD in special education, you should start your focus with that program to see if it is a right match. Faculty in HDP include Jeff Wood and Connie Kazri, Allison Bailey, Sandra Graham, Jenny Grammer, Rashmita Mistry, Gerardo Ramirez, and Carola Suarez Orozco. They study things ranging from autism and disabilities, cognitive development, motivation, cognitive skills in early childhood, motivation, and issues related to immigration. Social research methodology offers the MA and the PhD. Research in SRM focuses on preparing students who can critically examine educational research and evaluation, develop data collection designs and instruments, and conduct conceptual and statistical analysis appropriate to the field of education and other behavioral sciences. There are various concentrations within SRM. Advanced Quantitative Methods, or AQM, focuses on advanced statistical training, including longitudinal data analysis and random effects growth models, factor analysis, hierarchical or multi-level modeling, latent variable modeling, and measurement theory, including item response theory. Training helps students bridge the gap between theoretical statisticians and independent researchers. The other concentrations include applied methods, evaluation, or qualitative inquiry. These emphases prepare students for a broad range of methods in educational and social research and evaluation. For fall 2017, 33 individuals applied for the PhD, 8 were admitted, and 5 enrolled. For the MA, 8 applied, 8 were admitted, and 3 enrolled. Many students in this program receive a great deal of exposure for being published. Faculty in SRM include Lee Tsai, Jose Felipe Martinez, Michael Seltzer, Noreen Webb, Matthew Madison, and MJ Gian for advanced quantitative methods. Catherine Anderson Levitt, Teresa McCarty, and Ananda Marin study educational research methods, and Mara Valkin and Christina Christie study evaluation. Social Science and Comparative Education offers the MA and the PhD. In order to apply for the PhD in SSCE, you must already have an earned master's degree or have one earned by spring 2018. Research in SSCE encompasses numerous perspectives and orientations, including comparative education, postmodernism, feminism, ethnic studies, critical theory, critical race theory, and cultural studies. The division is committed to theory with an equal commitment to empirical research, policy, and practice. That is, our concern with theory does not preclude, but rather implies a concern with policy and practice as well, both in terms of formal education, informal education, and non-formal education. SSE has various research centers affiliated with it. The Paulo Freire Institute seeks to bring together scholars, activists, and teachers inspired by Freire's pedagogy to foster the advancement and reinvention of Freirean educational theories. CETA, which is the Center for International Development and Education, is a research and action center whose mission is to provide quality information on a variety of issues related to international and development education. CETA acts as a hub for researchers and organizations to network with and learn about critical issues in international and development education from a wide range of fields and disciplines. The Institute for Immigration and Globalization in Education, or IGE, the research here serves to inform efforts to expand opportunities, reduce barriers, and improve the well-being of diverse, vulnerable, and marginalized students. For fall 2017, 48 individuals applied for the PhD, 15 were admitted, and 11 enrolled. For the MA, 50 applied, 32 were admitted, and 18 enrolled. Faculty in SSCE include Richard Desjardins, David Garcia, Douglas Kellner, Edith Amwami, Danny Solarsino, Robert Tiranishi, and Carlos Torres. Their faculty interest ranges from lifelong learning and the economics of education, media literacy, African education, critical race theory and pedagogy, race, ethnicity, and the stratification of college opportunity, and comparative education. Urban schooling only admits students for the PhD. Research in this division focuses on equal educational opportunity, diversity, issues of poverty, social stratification in schools and classrooms, decentralization, alternative models of schooling and educational structures, urban teacher preparation and retention, community involvement, and school leadership. Much of the research conducted in urban schooling is done within LAUSD. The two strands of emphases within this division include education, schooling, and social transformation, or design, learning, and social transformation. The research centers affiliated with this division include IDEA, which is the Institute for Democracy, Education, and Access. This is a nationally renowned research institute directed by urban schooling faculty member Dr. John Rogers. It focuses on social justice and educational equality in urban and inner-city schooling. BMI, or the Black Male Institute, is led by Dr. Tyrone Howard and is dedicated to improving the educational experiences and life chances of Black males. The Civil Rights Project, or CRP, is headed by Dr. Gary Orfield and Dr. Patricia Gondra to create a new generation of research in social science and law on the critical issues of civil rights and equal opportunity for racial and ethnic groups in the United States. For fall 2017, 61 individuals applied, 13 were admitted, and 9 enrolled. Faculty in urban schooling include Robert Cooper, Noel Innedy, Megan Franke, Kimberly Gomez, Louis Gomez, Lorena Gayen, Tyrone Howard, Pedro Negura, Marjorie Oriana, Thomas Phillip, Federica Raya, John Rogers, and Bill Sandoval. Their research interests include school policy, learning environments, learning sciences, applied cognitive science, teacher education, how schools are influenced by social and economic conditions, language brokering, and the democratic leadership in schools and communities, to name a few. We have now gone over all of the various MA and PhD programs we have here in education. We encourage you to go through our website and onto each program site. Familiarize yourself with the curriculum and the faculty to determine if UCLA is a good fit for you. Each program admits students with an advisor, so it is really important that you take the time to familiarize yourself with the program to which you are applying so that you can clearly articulate why that particular program at UCLA is the right program for you. We will now walk you through the application process. Our deadline to apply is December 1st. There are no exceptions to this deadline. We encourage you to start early so that you do not have any difficulties with your application. You can only apply to one program at UCLA, and within the Department of Education, you can only apply to one division. Thus, it is really important for you to know what you want to study and why, and with whom before you apply. Again, the GRE test is required, even if you have another advanced degree. If your scores are over 5 years old, but you have your original score report, we will accept that. We recommend you take the exam no later than November 15th so that your scores will arrive on time and not delay the processing of your application. The GRE is not the most important element of your application, but it is important. If you have extremely low scores, I do recommend you take the exam again to boost your score. For any international applicants, the IBT TOEFL score must be an 87 or higher, or an IELTS score of 7. There are no exceptions to these score requirements. If you are an international student who earned a bachelor's or master's degree at an English-speaking institution, this will waive the TOEFL or IELTS requirement. You will begin the application at the UCLA Graduate Division website, which is grad.ucla.edu. The application will be available in early September. You are essentially applying to UCLA, and within UCLA you are applying to the Department of Education. And then, within the Department of Education, you are applying to a particular program: Higher Education and Organizational Change, Human Development and Psychology, Social Research Methodology, Social Science and Comparative Education, or Urban Schooling. Once you start the application through UCLA Graduate Division, you will select either an MA or PhD in education. At some point within the application, you will designate which division. Some divisions do have an emphasis as well that you will want to also select. For example, in SSCE, you would select either Comparative Education or Race, Ethnic, and Cultural Studies. All divisions have an emphasis with the exception of Higher Education and Organizational Change. Required documents for the application include one copy of your transcript from any institution where you earned a degree, or if one is in progress. We do not need community college transcripts. Your statement of purpose. We encourage you to spend a lot of time on writing your statement. This should be clear about why UCLA and why the particular program. What are your research interests? What faculty are you interested in studying with, and why? This should not be generic. It should give the faculty who read the file a good understanding of why you are applying to this program and what led you to pursuing an advanced degree in this area. The statement of purpose should be 3 to 5 pages, double-spaced. Your resume, as if you were applying for a job, should also be uploaded. Your GRE report, even though you will have this reported to us, it is helpful for you to upload a copy of your score report if you have it. GRE TOEFL score report for an international applicant. We also need 3 letters of recommendation. We recommend, if possible, that you secure at least one from a faculty member, one from a supervisor if you are working, and another professional who can testify to your ability to be successful in graduate study and/or your interest in this field. We recommend that you ask your recommenders early enough so that they can meet the December 1st deadline as well. You will enter their emails and they will go into the system and upload their letter of recommendation. You will be able to track and see if they have completed it or not. If possible, we also suggest that you give them your resume and statement of purpose so they understand what program you are applying to and why. You do not have to have submitted your application prior to entering in the emails for your recommenders. Those are the only requirements for your application. We do not require a writing sample. We also need you to mail us one official copy of the transcripts that you uploaded. These can be mailed in or sent electronically. If you are sending it electronically, please call our office so we can give you the correct contact. You then have to pay once you have completed the application and are ready to submit it. Your application cannot be reviewed unless it is submitted. If you are eligible for a fee waiver, you must provide the necessary documentation with your application at the time of submission. You will press submit, you will pay, and then it should take you back to the actual application to hit submit again. Students who apply to Human Development and Psychology for the PhD and Urban Schooling and make the first round of consideration will be invited to campus for an interview. No other divisions conduct interviews. These happen on campus and are generally held in late January to mid-February. All decisions are generally made by late February. You will be notified by email, by the department, and/or by UCLA Graduate Division. If you have not heard anything by the end of February, please feel free to call our office. Here are some reference sites for you that may be of interest. If you still have questions about our programs or the application process, please call our office at 310-825-8326. Thank you for your interest in UCLA. Don't hesitate to contact us for any remaining questions. We know applying to graduate school can be stressful, and we are here to help you through the process.